In the disability community, we have a saying, "Nothing about us without us." It's to say our rights, access, and inclusion in the world can't be met in proper or full ways without direct involvement. It's as true for gaming as it is access to a building. It's really important to us that we work with the community to improve accessibility. By not just involving, but valuing players and developers with first-hand experience of disability, we're much less likely to make mistakes in our approaches. Even if our efforts are well-intentioned, they might not really reduce a barrier or contribute to stigma. We're really thankful and proud of the community for their contributions.
When I was working with Ubisoft on Watch Dogs Legion, we got to sit down at a table going through ideas on how a feature could be used, like the directional captioning, or what kind of information could be on the screen at the same time. Whatever could be removed. There was a lot of going back and forth to make sure there was no confusion. It was great how they were double-checking to make sure they got it right. I grew up waiting for accessibility to be something companies can talk about.
Watch Dogs Legion's Play As Anyone innovation brought with it a promise of diversity and inclusion that inspired our team to make accessibility a core pillar of our design from the very beginning. The game offers a visualized sound effect system that captions hundreds of ambient world and gameplay sounds, from birds singing to footsteps to cars accelerating or crashing, each prioritized by context and spatialized with a directional indicator. This system not only provides necessary gameplay feedback, but also provides a sense of the general oral landscape of our near-future dystopian version of London. The Watch Dogs Legion team is extremely proud to have achieved this new level of accessibility, but it's only the beginning. Games that are truly accessible to everyone will require continuous innovation and effort, and I look forward to seeing today's innovations become tomorrow's standards.
There's a few features I really enjoy seeing in the game, but there's one that's standing out a bit more for me is the way we handle difficulty settings, specifically about the puzzle helpers. They are affected by the difficulty you select, but they can be changed afterward independently. And this is great because we give you more leverage into how you want to customize your experience. It's something quite interesting from my perspective because we don't do that often, allowed to modify or modulate the cognitive challenge of a game. So let's hope to see that bit more in the industry in the coming years.
On Assassin's Creed Valhalla, we started working on accessibility features very early in the process. We participated in a workshop where we invited the accessibility leaders in the same room as game developers, and sharing these experiences was what fueled our ambitions and our motivation throughout the whole production. We have options for players to choose their text size, but also the text size of the subtitles.
For some time.
We have colorblind options. You can add a background to your HUD elements to make sure the contrast is good for you. We can adjust the icon size also depending on your gaming setup. We want to make sure you get the most out of it.
So, next it's about doing more. More listening, community involvement, learning, growing, and deepening every developer's understanding of when and how to identify and address accessibility. If we can continue to make it an integral part of development processes and company initiatives, we'll get closer to our biggest goal, accessibility by design.
Ubisoft's goal is to make games that enrich our players' lives. And key to that is making games that are inclusive and accessible to all. What we've seen is that by talking to the community and learning from each other, our teams are really inspired to innovate and find solutions, striving to challenge themselves and always improve.